Clark, in tonight's game, what are you watching closely?
Well, the thing that jumps out at me, Kevin, is the guard matchup. I mean, both teams have tremendous backcourts, and I really think whoever is able to win or control that battle is going to win the game.
And another assist for him.
Nobody has been a better floor general in the history of this franchise. Unparalleled vision. And
his name is now at the very top of the list in franchise assists. That's a record that might be in the books forever. Pass to Gay. To the inside. Here's Daniels. Lays it up and banks it in.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Edwards, good.
Boy, how about the strength of Edwards? Confident at taking on defenders and finishing.
Driving in. The offensive rebound. Pass to Rizichet. He's off on that one. First quarter, just over a minute played. And it's Conley that time on the assist for Randall.
A crafty scorer. Conley makes the most of his opportunities down low.
Clark, if you had one word to describe Mike Conley, what would it be?
Reliable, steadfast, dependable. And I know that's three, but I wanted to give you three different words I could use to describe him. Only 2 seasons in his whole career has he not played at least 50 games. That speaks to durability and professionalism.
Inside, here's Daniels, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
It all started with the pass. That's what coaches love to see, ball movement.
Randall no good.
Well, you know what? All good things must come to an end, and they finally miss after making their first 4.
Scooped up. Here's Rizichet. Good on the three-point shot.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Timberwolves have gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. Here's Edwards. And finished off by Edwards.
Show us what you got, young fella. Anthony Edwards. Love to see you operate like that.
Awesome display of athleticism captured. By our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. And for the Hawks, they're shooting well right out of the gates here at around 50%. Young finds Okongwu. Here's Gay. Currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Here's the screen. Young, no good.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
And the basket by Edwards.
Edwards is so physically developed already. Just brushes off the contact there. Really strong drive by Edwards.
Here's Daniels. Anthony Edwards making his last shot. Young with no one around. Another miss by Young.
He is 0 for his last however many this quarter, guys. Might need to get him out and let him settle down a bit here.
Snatched up. Out to Edwards. The 3-ball. Edwards with another miss. The Hawks trail by 3. Here's Daniels. Scores after the quick crossover. Daniels has got his 3rd basket of the night.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far. That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
And timeout is called by Quinn Snyder. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. Harris LeVert checked in for the Hawks. And a change for the Timberwolves. DiVincenzo's checked in. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Pass to Gay. The Hawks working the ball around. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Daniels passes to Okongwu. And Okongwu slams it in.
Love the assist. I mean, he knew exactly where that bounce pass had to be to create that opportunity.
And Randall throws it down.
You know, once he has the positioning he wants, he's ready for the big finish. Julius Randle throwing it down.
1:53 left to play in the first. Young outside. Here's Gay. Still without a basket. There's always a surprise, isn't there, Clark, in the offseason? Let's go back to 2022. That offseason, Timberwolves going all in on Rudy Gobert.
Basically, Kevin, they traded 5 firsts. Plus a bunch of good players for Gobert. It was derided at the time, and I can understand why, but Rudy's defense has taken them to another level, and he's actually been a little better offensively than people thought he would be.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, earlier I spoke with Quinn Snyder. The first thing Coach brought up, Rudy Gobert, the multiple-time Defensive Player of the Year. They're worried about Rudy's length, of course, saying it causes total havoc around the rim. So the counter is lots of threes and avoiding Gobert in the lane. The French center still with a massive effect on the game plan. Kevin?
Thank you, David.
Our defense
No
is
other way
too
to put it,
good.
just a rough quarter in terms of scoring. He has not been helping at all.
Come on, Anthony. And slam dunk.
35 seconds left in the first quarter.
Boy, tonight just gives you a picture of the potential of Edwards. I mean, this guy is an electrifying scoring guard.
And so Young will bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. 7-point differential. They come into this one following the loss to the Mavericks.
Yeah, they made some spectacular plays in it right to the very end. Just couldn't get over the hump.
Yeah, you know, they didn't have their best stuff, but they were still getting after it. So you got to really appreciate the effort and hustle.
Edwards, that's good.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not
This is
putting
where I
up
went
any resistance.
viral for the first time. I won't say viral. It was viral.
That ain't gonna get it
See
done.
it.
That's 5 straight baskets in the
Right
paint
there.
now.
Anthony Edwards has
Should've
been
gave it.
leading the charge for the Timberwolves. What an amazing quarter. There was absolutely no stopping him. Back right after this.
We be dipping in the bed with the spoilers. Oh my God, I'm about to give me copyright.
The second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for Minnesota.
I really like how they're knifing inside with confidence, exploiting any openings they see in the defense, taking advantage.
Also, they're getting into the teeth of the defense. Points in the paint, something coaches always love to see.
Oh, yes.
They've got George Niang. He's out there with razor shape. And it's Krejci in a point. So that's the lineup for Atlanta.
Well, you love to see Edwards shine on offense like this. I know it's got to be making his coach happy, too.
And, Greg, it didn't take long for Anthony Edwards to prove himself in the NBA.
There's so much to like about his game. As outstanding as his offense is, his defense cannot be overlooked. He is a lockdown presence when he needs to be.
Here is Edwards following the bucket by the Hawks. And Edwards with the stuff.
And we are seeing tonight why Edwards was selected first overall. Anthony has a special ability to score.
Here's Krejci. 11 points for him in that last game against the Mavericks in Dallas.
Even if they're tired, injured.
Niang in the post.
Come on, Paul, play the shot. You broke
You will
stop.
not see that from him very often, especially right at the rim.
Get under that
Here's
shot.
Edwards. The muscle from Edwards.
Edwards flexing on him now. Bully ball inside.
The Hawks trail by 10. And here's Levert. 14 points from him the last game against Dallas.
Oh.
Barlow passes to Levert.
Nope.
Drops in the layup
Oh,
for
and
two.
could the time.
Levert's got 5 now.
Levert is always aggressive. I like that mindset of his, especially in
But
how
a
he
wire
drives
on
to
this
the
on
rim,
railroad.
playing
The money
downhill.
then-
Goes there
what
with a
down?
lot of speed.
Ah.
Now here's Edwards.
Come on,
Coming
baby.
off a solid
Come
outing
on,
against
baby.
them.
Ah.
Oh, Edwards.
Oh, taking
Y'all
it
need to show
to
every
the
single
rack
dunk.
with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
For Atlanta, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. And timeout is called by Quinn Snyder. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. Hawks making a switch here. Matthews is checked in. Hometown hero and dedicated Hawks fan, Lil Yachty in attendance.
And the fans in Atlanta love him just as much as he loves his Hawks. When he performs here at halftime, it can be a bigger event than the game itself. It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court. Clark, you had a chance to defend a lot of great scores in your time in the NBA.
Yeah, and I did. They wore me out too, Bart. I mean, I think the attitude of those guys stands out. Their relentlessness, the skill level obviously was there, but it was the relentless pursuit of the basketball and scoring opportunities. Bernard King, Larry Bird, Alex English, Marcus Johnson was near the tail end of his prime, but he was a problem too. I mean, there were a number of guys in that. Kelly Tripucka.
Hey,
Yeah,
psych.
don't make my head spin.
And the Hawks with possession here after the basket by Minnesota.
Harris
Levert with a
Levert.
wide open look. The Hawks again can't hit.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Big. Get under there.
Reed misses.
Ah, why is it 30
And
minutes?
so
Should not
Levert
be.
will bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. Down by 12.
People.
Barlow's shot is good.
This
Boy,
guy.
Levert's showing you his unselfishness there. I mean,
And
if
he
you're
knows
open,
others.
he loves getting you the ball.
No, no, no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no.
Miller, no
I'll
luck.
just wait.
Hawks have gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter.
No.
Greg, since making it to the Eastern Conference Finals in 2021, the Atlanta Hawks haven't been that good.
And it was hard to tell if that was a Cinderella run at the time, but Kevin looking like that might have been the outlier. The Hawks took some risks to get back there, but it just hasn't worked.
Shots good by Miller.
Good find that time by DiVincenzo, an unselfish player always looking to make the extra pass.
pass to Krejci. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. There's a good screen. Shot clock at 5. LeVert the pass to Krejci. His three-pointers off the mark.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it. Gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
Here's LeVert after the basket by Minnesota. Aston Yang, back to LeVert. Good ball movement here by the Hawks. That one goes. Count it.
And the way LeVert moves the ball, it's all about doing what's best for the team from his eye.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. And the Hawks a new group on the floor. And some changes here for the Timberwolves.
Go check out my latest personal video.
Timberwolves leading by 10. Pass to McDaniels. And here's Gobert, covered by Okongwu. Out to Conley. Edwards inside. He's covered by Daniels.
That's team.
Hawks have gotten exactly half their shots to go down here in the second. 5 of 10. Timberwolves are gone 7 for 10 here in the second quarter. They'd like to keep up that nice pace. We're talking about Trae Young here, GA. What stands out most about him to you?
Well, Kevin, I'd say just how confident he is, right? He plays with that unique energy and swagger. You love him if he's on your team and can't stand him if he's playing against you.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. I asked Quinn Snyder what he enjoys most about coaching, and the Hawks coach said the opportunity to compete in such an intense way. Also, the tactics of the game and the intellectual part of player development. It's rewarding to see and have a part in someone's growth. Kevin?
David, that's coaching, right? Growth and development. A mind for the game for sure. I've always respected Coach Snyder. And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there.
No way.
This is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota had, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round, 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals run.
Super 2.
Sorry, man.
That free throw, no good. And Reza Shea, the prototypical size and skill for a wingman.
We're going to keep it with a couple.
Yeah, he's got some jelly to his game. Handle, touch, at his size, that becomes very tough to contain.
And he's the second. And with this era of the Atlanta Hawks, Greg, they've gone as far as their defense has let them.
You look back at their conference finals run in 21, that was the last time they had a top 10 defense. So never been the issue with this core, but defense has been non-existent.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. Here's Daniels with the drive.
How about the find by Trae, making sure he keeps his teammates involved.
So, oh, 5 minutes back.
Takes a three. Randall grabs the board. Randall's got
Take that,
4
Ant-Man.
rebounds in this game. With 2 seconds left. And so it's Minnesota in the driver's
I'm
seat,
back.
up 8 points at the end of the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, guys.
But
With
right,
Quinn
I'm
Snyder, Coach, they came at you off.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away,
Why don't you
folks.
drop some
We'll be
mic
back
like
for the
that?
second half of basketball right after this.
Hey everybody, halftime is upon us and the scoreboard showing a deficit for the Atlanta Hawks.
If they think they'll win with this kind of defense, they're tripping. When you give up that many good shots, it fuels your...
All right, and now that we are in the later stages of the season, here's how the standings are looking in the East.
And taking a look at Atlanta, they've had a drop-off that I don't think anybody predicted. Came into the season with high hopes. The chemistry just hasn't been there from the beginning. It's a disappointing year.
That is
You
more
see,
than enough of us.
um,
Let's send you
yeah.
back to the game. Kevin Harlan and crew with the second half.
Excuse me.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. You know, Anthony Edwards has been exceptional here, guys.
Man, he's been running wild
You see
on
it
them
work?
through that first half. Absolute dynamite
Hey.
on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first
No,
half
he started-
had
No,
to
no,
take a
no,
lot
no.
out of him.
No, no. We're gonna do starters. Yeah, thank you.
And
Sorry,
it's
but
Conley
this is
with the
too
ball
part
for
of crucial
Minnesota.
part. It's the
They
second
held a
half.
12-point lead early. So on the floor for Minnesota, Conley and Edwards are the guards.
There.
McDaniels is out there with Randall, and it's Gobert in at the 5. So it's Atlanta now after the basket by Minnesota.
So
And that one's good. Reza Shea.
He just sagged off just enough
Yes.
and no hesitation on his part.
we can get a nice
gets
lead
the
on these
bucket.
guys.
Conley's got his second bucket of the
We
night.
can get all these
Conley,
cookies.
so crafty with that left hand of his. The veteran knows his way around the hoop.
It's stolen by Edwards. Edwards. Oh! Right there from Edwards.
And this sort of
his
awesome
head
dunk is one of the
dunk.
reasons this team
Oh,
is
that was a
in
nice
charge
dunk.
of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
Boy, and I used to love going up and jamming it down like that, guys.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Yeah, another column
Like
in the
getting
stat
to the
sheet
hoop.
that hasn't gone in their favor. Climb
I
back.
said I was about to be a
They've got
lit
to
little
put forth more effort. Boy, he's cooking with grease. He's got things
33
flaming up, looking for an
points.
opportunity every time
I
down the
have
floor
only
when he's
scored
that
with
hot.
one person all the time.
Lands
Field
off
goal.
on the front of the rim and drops.
Nice job capitalizing down
But
there.
Anthony
You're
Edwards
good
is
at
a
probing
built
inside
different
and finding
one.
some space. And you can learn a lot about rebounding by watching this guy. Look at the fundamentals there on the box out.
Offensive rebound.
Nope. See that.
The second chance effort.
The jump shot.
Gobert
Jump.
pulls it in.
That's right.
Gobert's got his 6th rebound on the night.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
And it's good. 2 points.
Nice.
Oh, we're not even
done.
putting
They
in the
continue
back
to
shit.
attack
We're just
inside, and that's
destroying
10 points in a row in the paint.
If you can't stop it, here it comes. I'm right at
Okay.
you.
Gay's shot is good. Gay's got his first 2 points of the night.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the float.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. And it's a completely new lineup for
He was
Minnesota.
like the only one.
Now, here's Reed. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense,
They
averaging
have
about
their
14 and a
starters.
half points a game.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Young from outside. Rebound, Minnesota.
Well, I admire the fact he's trying to power through this rough stretch, but on occasion you'll have periods like this.
Here's Alexander Walker, and the layup's good off the glass.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
The Hawks trail by 15. Pass to Rizichet. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. There's the three. Ingles with the rebound.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
And Clark, here's a great guy to have in the rotation, Nickeil Alexander-Walker.
Loved him in college, loved his versatility, and I thought it would translate nicely to the NBA. Took him a minute to find his rhythm, but he's got great length, which makes him versatile defensively, and he can play with just about anybody because he's got good all-around offensive skills.
And there's the call on Dante DiVincenzo. That's his first foul. Minnesota making some changes.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Krejci. Nothing on the board. Tipped away. Stolen by Michael Conley. And here's the fast break. Randall leading it all the way. McDaniels kicks to Randall. Timberwolves passing it around. Gobert dishes to Conley. Over in the corner, Edwards. 5 on the clock. And it's in there. Edwards got 8 points here in this quarter.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
And timeout is called by Quinn Snyder. He's ready to talk things through with the team. George Niang, who's checked in for Atlanta. Man comes in for Rizichet.
Substitution for your Hawks, George Niang.
Now Levert. He has 5. They can use a bucket. Julius Randle with the rebound.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
You know, guys, no denying it's been a rough patch here. I think they've got to run whatever is best in their playbook to get a good shot.
Atlanta's gone into a slump here from 3-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. Here's Levert. Minnesota
Bro,
with
I
the
left you
rebound.
wide open. You still
Gobert's
can't.
got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Edwards inside, defended by Man. He's feeling it. And there's another one for the Timberwolves.
Well, he's filling it up right now, getting the shots he wants and delivering in a big way.
Pass to Man. Here's Niang. He's defended by Randall. Niang with the ball. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. Here's Randall. Takes a big height bounce and goes in.
And their balanced effort at both ends has hushed this crowd.
Yeah, you said the key word there, balanced. I mean, their big lead owes as much to their defense as their offense.
That one good for 2.
You know, you can see the confidence level Levert has by how often he hunts for his shot, especially from there.
Here's Edwards, and Edwards with the stop.
I tell you, he's playing the game with pure excitement right now.
He capped off that dunk with some serious hang time on the rim.
Yeah, just couldn't contain himself, couldn't control himself there.
Now here's LeVert. Spins, puts up a three, bangs home the trifecta. LeVert's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, this man knows how to handle that rock. Looks like it's part of his body.
The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. Timberwolves ahead, running away with it. We'll be back shortly live from State Farm Arena. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
And with the 4th quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. They've got Karis LeVert. Matthews out there. With George Niang. And it's Barlow in at the 5, down low. So that's the lineup for Atlanta.
Oh, yeah.
Minnesota making a switch here. Garza's checked in. And so he makes both from the line. And it seems a new era is upon us, GA. A lot of young stars and young teams vying for the status of household names.
Kevin, the casual fan might have to update their frame of reference, right? Especially since a lot of these new stars are playing in smaller markets.
Out of bounds, Atlanta will take possession.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Niang. It's Niang with the jam.
Oh, shut
Nice
up.
timing on these jumps. He's somewhat on the small side for a power forward, but he just never gives up.
Timberwolves leading by 19 points. Here's Edwards, and Edwards slams it in.
Boy, the athleticism of Edwards is something to behold. Love watching him sky up to throw it down.
Here's LeVert. Aston Niang. The Hawks working the ball around.
Outstanding execution. Good job working the ball inside.
Minnesota with the ball. So it's off to Brooklyn after this game as they have the Nets to look forward to. And that will be game 3 of 6 played away from home.
He's certainly been their go-to guy when it matters most. He's trying to close this one out.
Yo, don't that look like my corner player?
And Edwards, no good on that one. And you see, don't you, Clark, the steady progression year over year for Anthony Edwards.
Well, he's already an all-star since his 3rd
Just
season.
like it.
With Edwards, the chance is there. If he continues to show the same improvement he's shown
That
thus
looks just
far,
like it.
then
Y'all
he's going
can't
to be
even find it.
MVP
That
caliber,
looks
and I
just
dare
like
say, perhaps the face of the
2015
league
Wally.
for several years to come.
Side.
The Hawks trail by 19. Over in the corner, Matthews.
2015 Wally.
And
Putting
a miss
him
there
base
on
on
the
the
triple.
5. Wall on my elbow.
Timberwolves have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Edwards, no good. For Atlanta, they've gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the 4th quarter. So Gobert with the block.
So good at finding these swats. Gobert loves reaching out and sending them away.
It's deflected. Here's Krejci. Pass to LeVert.
2015
Randall
Wall.
grabs the board.
Randall's
Randall's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
Boy, it's nice to see young guys like McDaniels come onto the floor and make the right play.
And the Hawks with possession here. Outside Matthews. LeVert finds Matthews. That's good. And it's LeVert with the assist. LeVert's got assist number 5 here tonight.
I like the offensive awareness to exploit that lack of coverage on that play.
No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
After hitting 1 3 in the first half, he's been unable to dial in from deep since then.
And they've won the rebound battle so far, and it's translated to the scoreboard.
The upper level they've had has been outstanding. Hard to keep a team down when they play with that much energy.
And Atlanta will go for a different look here. Young with the ball. Picked up by Edwards. And we'll have a timeout called by Quinn Snyder. And that timeout by coach was carefully measured, wanting to make sure that everybody is on the same page here. Let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Anthony Edwards.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
And with their spot in the postseason assured, he's picking up just at the right time to be on top of his game. Daniels with it. Edwards there. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
And a look at how the offensive approach it. Has been going here so far for the Timberwolves.
Well, throughout this game, they've been lighting it up from mid-range. I love seeing that. They've made that the focus of their offense, and it's really paid off.
And also, guys, they've been showing how dangerous they are in the open floor. When they see a chance to get easy points, well, they just jump that.
Oh, dang, I was muted. I didn't know.
Right now for these guys,
Oh, well,
and though his team
major block.
has fallen a
Blue
bit
Badger.
short, it's not because of him.
Randall from outside. A three-pointer is right on target. And the Timberwolves lead by 21.
And helping the team space the floor there, Randall with so much more confidence now from the outside.
Rizachet wide open. And the three off target. Timberwolves have gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field. McDaniels kicks to Conley from outside the arc. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Mike Conley is one of those guys who simply worked himself into being an outstanding three-point shooter.
Down low. And Okongwu slams it in.
Come on, man. That's
Have a
over.
knack for hitting guys in their spots. His vision excellent.
Here's Edwards. They shoot again. He lays it in.
Anthony Edwards.
Edwards got 53.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher. And coach knows it.
Solo.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take.
Yeah. I'm gonna put some this.
Minnesota's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the fourth quarter, and 2 of them have fallen.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will, and you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Timberwolves.
Their inside game was what secured them the win tonight.
They had their way in the paint, and those are all high percentage shots, but the defense couldn't stop them from getting down low.
And so checking out their season record, this game will become their 45th win.
And bragging rights between these teams were on the line today, and they put in some very good work to earn them.
Sure did. I mean, this means they'll come out on top in the season series, 2-1 now. Got to be happy about that.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Anthony Edwards.
Boy, this game really had his name all over it. I mean, he relished being the guy to carry the load offensively.
Out of bounds, it'll go to the Hawks. There's 45 seconds left in the fourth quarter. He takes it in, and he banks in the layup.
You can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
Yeah, you know, I agree with you. They waited too long to finally ramp themselves up.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And there's the call on Dante DiVincenzo. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Substitution on the court.
We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Young driving inside.
Block my
There's a reason Gobert's led the league in block shots.
And Edwards slams it in.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yep, to have a stress-free win on the road, very satisfying. The fans are already headed for the exit.
Yo.
Young looking around. So it's Minnesota winning this one easily. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking.
In the chat, spam W in the chat. W in the chat is getting 42 in the phone. W in the chat.
They did tonight.
Peace out.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside.